Hello, my name is Raine Koskimaa. I'm professor of contemporary culture studies and I'm leading the game studies master's program at the University of Jyväskylä.
Hey, I'm Maika Katsalainen and I'm a postdoctoral researcher at the Contemporary Culture Studies, and I research games and I teach game studies. So why this program? Why would you study games and why would you do the game studies master program here in University of Jyväskylä? Well, first of all, everybody plays. We know that play is as old as humans and even other animals than humans play. As such, play and game are everywhere, especially in our contemporary society. Focusing on the theory and research of games and game cultures as our master degree does can help us, give us tools to understand our society and culture better and games better. As such, our students learn various approaches to games and gameplay. There is theoretical depth in our master degree, but there is also a practical aspect, and you can do game projects where you plan and design games, and you can do an internship, for example, in the game industry. As such, you will get involved with the vibrant Finnish game development scene in our master studies. Furthermore, our teaching is based on cutting-edge game research by the top researchers and by the research conducted here in the University of Jyväskylä.
So, what would you be doing here? So the studies are divided to a couple of sections. First of all, there is the core studies, which are courses on topics such as theory and research of games, on various forms of games, games and communication. That's also the kind of communication in games, communication around games, or games as communication themselves. Game cultures, game psychology are covered, and game analysis is an important part of the studies. As Maria already mentioned, there will be internship and game project as well. So the internship can be in a game company, but also in kind of organizations, in associations, in NGOs, or any that sort of organizations which are involved in games or gamification. And in a game project, you will do a game in a small group, but that can also be a game research project when you have a chance to get involved in a real life, real research projects with the researchers in our team, and that way you can contribute to the kind of knowledge on games. Then research methodology, that's an important element, and we are also covering the very latest in AI-based research methods, which we are developing here also as part of our activities. And then you will prepare a master's thesis, which can also take a form of that sort of mixed form where there is also a practical element involved. There is a list of optional studies that you can get engaged in, like esports, which is a strong area in our research, auditive interaction design, game audio more in general, ludonarrative games, so looking at the types of stories games are telling, playfulness, gamification, and playing and well-being. That's an area where we have really that sort of cutting-edge research going on, and that's also something that you can get on courses about. Then there will be some obligatory language communication studies and also some elective studies if this is not enough already as it is.
So who can come and study in the master program for game studies? From our applicants, we require a bachelor degree or equivalent in a relevant field. But the relevant field is not strictly defined. So you can have your bachelor's degree, for example, in game studies, in graphic design, in game design, but also, for example, in media studies or cultural studies. You can also have done your bachelor, for example, in psychology and have done your thesis in a game-related topic. That will be considered as an advantage for your application. In a similar manner, any kind of practical experience in game industry is also considered as an advantage. So as you can see, you can have there is a quite various types of backgrounds that can be considered when we are looking at who can study. It's also an international program, so good command of English is required, as all the teaching is in English in the program. As it is an international program, you will meet and network with students from different countries, disciplines, and backgrounds, and you will be truly international by the time you finish your master degree here in Jyväskylä.
So, after successfully graduating from our program, you will have a unique qualification to work in research-oriented positions in game industry, but also in other fields where gamification or game cultures are present. The practical emphasis prepares for careers in game design, player community management, and wide field of various topics. And at the same time, the theoretical emphasis kind of prepares you for research careers in game studies. After claiming the Masters of Arts in Game Studies, you are fully qualified to also apply for doctoral studies. And if you take that path, then you will be able to conduct your own study and contribute to the game research. We have a very good connections here in the local scene, but also nationally. We are closely collaborating with the EXPA game co-op in Jyväskylä, which is running the world northest authorized Unreal Training Center supported by Epic Games. And all of their resources are also available for our students. We also have a wonderful infrastructure available here at the University of Jyväskylä, including a game lab where we can run experimental game research, but also students may run that sort of smaller scale experiments with games and gaming. And then we also have a very, very nice, small but wonderful collection of retro games, part of the University Museum collection, but they are at our disposal, so we can use them both for research and educational purposes. So this master's program will prepare you for deeply understanding games and playing. You will have the best tools and latest knowledge at your hand.
So that's all from us. Thank you for listening.
Yeah, level up your game and join us in Jyväskylä. See you.